Hello everyone, let's start our workout for today. So lying flat on your back, bend your knees, align the heel with the sit bone, pelvic in neutral, spine in neutral, shoulder blades flatten down into the mat, reach your both arms as far as possible downwards towards your heel and elongate your neck region. Now from here we're going to slide the right leg straight down and then we're going to flex our foot, feeling the stretch of the calf, point, and then bend the knee and slide the leg back in. We're going to repeat over to the other side. So as you slide the leg down, breathe in, flex your foot, feel the stretch in the calf, point, and then exhale as you bend the knee and slide the leg back in. Now what we're trying to do is keep the leg as straight as possible, warming up the thigh muscle, the quadriceps. At the same time, stretch the calf muscle and find movement in the hip joint. So as you stretch the leg away, you want to really lengthen it out, creating space between the hip joint and the thigh bone. So we're going to try to achieve 16 repetitions or 8 repetitions on the right side and 8 on the left. I leave the counting up to you how you want to count it. You can do right leg 8 times and then followed by the left for 8. Or you can alternate the movement. So if you're alternating the movement, you're counting it to 16. Now I stress the importance of the quality of the movement. So don't rush the movement. Take your time. As you slide the leg down, you're breathing in. And as you slide the leg back up, you're exhaling. Try to make sure you're aware of the placement of your shoulders. We do not want the shoulders to start rising closer to the ears. So have the both arms extended always as far as possible downwards towards the heel. Now we're going to move into the next exercise where it's going to be a straight leg lift, strengthening your quads muscle. So straighten your leg down, flex your foot and lift the leg straight up to only a 30-degree angle. From there, lower your leg back down. So as you lift the leg up, you're going to breathe in and on the breath out, lower your leg straight down to the mat. Now only lift up to as far as it feels comfortable. There shouldn't be any pain. You should just feel the work on the front thigh, the quadricep muscle. And we're going to try to go for at least 8 repetitions on the right leg again. So as you lift the leg straight up, you're breathing in. And as the leg lowers back down, you're exhaling. Try to keep the hips and the spine stable without shifting. Now when you're done, just bend the knee, draw the leg back in, and then switch over to the other leg. So your preparation is to get your foot flexed in, and when you're ready, lift the leg straight up. Try not to bend the knee, keep the leg straight up. What's happening is the quadriceps is going through a constant static contraction, and that muscle is also responsible for pulling your kneecap upwards. So nice and slowly, take your time with the movement, breathing in as you lift, and breathe out as you lower your leg back down. Once you're done, draw that leg back in, adjust yourself, check your posture again. You're going to keep both feet slightly apart, and when you're ready, you're going to draw and drop the both knees downwards to the opposite side, opening up the hip, and then draw the knees back in. So on the breath in, you're going to open your knees out to the side, feeling the stretch on the inner thigh. At the same time, it's a great hip opener. rolling off to the edge of your feet. So you're breathing in as you lower your leg. And as you exhale, you're drawing your both knees closer back together. Now they're not going to touch in because your both feet are kept hip width apart slightly. So we're going to try to achieve once again at least 8 to 10 repetitions, nice and slow. You can always hold the downward movement for a little bit because as much as it's a mobility work, it also is a stretch. Inhale as you lower your both knees apart, and on the exhale, draw them both back in. Keep the both knees parallel, aligning with the hip. All right, once you've done 8, adjust yourself again. And we're going to come to bridging. I love this exercise. I think it's great. So you should incorporate this into your daily routine. Now, make sure your feet is not too far out. They're just nice in. So as you breathe in, you're going to push your hips straight off the mat. Focus on the hamstring and the glutes area during the work, the buttocks and the back of the thigh. Breathe in as you push yourself up. Push the weight to as far as towards your upper back, and then on the exhale, come straight down. Do not put the weight or shift the weight too much towards the neck area. So inhale as you lift. Exhale as you bring the spine straight down to the mat. We're going to go for 8 repetitions again. All right, when you're done 8, we're going to bring and pull the both knees in close to the chest, allowing the lumbar section just to open up and also to flex and to stretch. So hug your knees in, hold it here for a little bit. And when you're done, release the knees out, turn around to the side. Now I'm going to mirror you, so I'm going to call the position that I'm going to be at, right? So on your left side, you're lying to your left side, both knees bent. We're going to do the clamshell here. So you're going to make sure the hip is not rolling forward, and you're trying to use your thigh bone to be the marker for where to lay on. Now the goal is to not shift or twist the hip backwards. That defeats the purpose of the workout. So you can place your hands on your hip to make sure the hip is not shifting nor moving. All you're doing is opening your knee apart and then bringing it back down to the mat. So here we go again. Inhale, open, exhale down. Now this is a external rotation on the hip joint. So we're going to try to feel that work in the hip area. All right, more work at the top part of your hip, the gluteus medius. So we're going to go for 8 repetitions on this side. Nice and slowly, all right? And when you're done, you're going to shift forward to the other side. Applying the same thing, both knees are bent. Thigh bone as a marker, hand forward for support, or you can place your hands on your hip to guide you to make sure the hip is not rocking backwards. Inhale as you open, exhale as you draw back down. 8 repetitions. Again on this side. Now from here, when we're done, you're going to come flat down, lying in our belly. Overlap your hands. Rest your forehead flat down on your hands. Try to find the contact of your pubic bone, just gently pressing into the mat. Both legs are elongated straight out, and they are not pressed in together, they're slightly open apart. Shoulder blades gliding downwards towards your hips. Now on the breath in, you're going to bend and flex from the knee inwards. And on the exhale, you're going to lower the leg back down. Now this is working on the hamstring, at the same time allowing you to stretch the front thigh. So the first few repetitions, I'm going to keep the flexion at about 90 degrees. And then from there on, I'm going to try to contract my thigh muscle and pull the thigh in, pull the foot in as much as I can, flex in, till I feel it on my hamstring. So right and left, 16 times in total. Or if you want to focus on one leg at a time, you can focus on just the right leg for 8 times and then the left for 8. Breathe in as you flex in, breathe out as you release the leg out. Try to make sure the back doesn't arch, the buttocks doesn't stick out, that you're anchored yourself down into the mat. So you will feel a little bit of the butt muscle, the glutes muscle contracting as you're flexing in. This is to avoid you from actually using your lower back to draw the leg back in. All right, moving on to the next exercise, back extension. So make sure your shoulders are gliding down towards the hips, and you're going to use your palms to push your upper body up. And then on the exhale, lower the upper body down. So this is a modification. It's a little bit simpler because you're using assistance of your arms. Keep the legs straight out and heavy on the mat. Now, this is the variation. It means you're not keeping your palms flat down into the mat. You're lifting your hands, head, pushing the elbows back as you lift the upper body up. We're going to try to attempt 8 repetitions. If you can do a little bit more, great. But go slow and lift up to the angle that your body allows you to. You only get higher as the back gets stronger with the extension movement. So stick with 8. If you think you're not getting enough work there, go for 10 or right up to 15. Inhale as you lift up and exhale as you lower down. All right, now we're moving on to the stretches. Almost there to the end. So turn your head to the left side and you're going to use not to the left, it's the right. Use the right arm to catch the feet. Pull the heel in closer towards the buttocks, feeling the stretch in your front thigh. Try to keep your hips pressed down into the mat so you get a nice deep stretch with the front thigh. So hold the stretch for about 30 seconds to 45 seconds, as long as possible. And because I'm moving a little bit faster with the stretches, you might want to pause the video on this section here. All right, you want to give the front thigh a nice good stretch. Sometimes when the muscles are too tight, it restricts movement on the kneecap. From here, move your palms closer towards your chest, elbow claps into the side. And when you're ready, you're going to push the upper body up. Keep the hips and leg heavy down on the mat. You want to feel the abdominals and the front section of the body stretch. Look up slightly. And when you're ready, exhale, push back, come back into a child pose. Take this moment here just to breathe, to relax the muscles in your body. If you can't come into this seated position, you can always put a pillow at the back of the calf, between the calf and the buttocks area, so you've got a little bit of support as you sit in. Work with your breathing. Breathe in deep into the back. Now we're going to come up. Sit it down on the mat, having one leg stretched straight out in front of you. So I'm starting with my left leg. You're going to have your both arms behind you, fingers pointing away. You're going to flex your foot. Feel the stretch, intensifying the calf. And then push the chest open. Keep the spine straight. You want to stretch the shoulders and the chest. And the lower part of the body is getting a little stretch with the calf. Grab the back of your knee, the calf, or even the ankle. You want to pull up against your leg. Chest open, shoulders gliding down. Feel the hamstring stretch. Think of your tailbone reaching as far as possible to the back. You're not rounding the back. You're keeping your back as straight as possible. All right. Now from here, you're taking that same left leg out to the side. Working on the inner thigh stretch, which is on the left leg. And then reach the right arm over. So you get the stretch coming along the right side of the back. Now, for those of you who can't do side bends, all you're doing is reaching your arm straight up. Straight up, just lengthening the sides, straight upwards. All right, I'm going to show you the other leg from the front. So you're having the leg right in front of you. Fingers to the back. Push the chest open, chest up, and flex your foot in. Hold that stretch for a bit. Remember, the stretch is about 30 seconds to 45 seconds, all right? Spend a little longer time. Coming to a hamstring, which is a stretch for the back of the thigh. You're grabbing the back of the knee, the calf, or even the ankle. Shoulders drawn down. Pull the spine straight up. You don't have to go all the way down towards your toes, all right? Keep that spine up straight and always stretch with good form. Now, open the leg out to the side. The toes always pointing up towards the ceiling, and the opposite arm reaches to the leg. You feel the stretch coming along the sides. Once again, if you can't do side bends, you're reaching the arm straight up. All right, so when you're done, cross the legs in. Or if it's more comfortable, you can sit up on the chair from here. We're going to work a little bit on the neck area. So you're going to bring the chin down. You're going to look up. Come back center. Rotate the head to the right. And then to the left. Shrug upwards. Roll the shoulders back and depress the shoulder blades down. So depress means you're trying to glide the shoulder blades downwards towards the hips. These are just daily functional movement with our neck area. We're looking up, we're looking forward, we're turning to the right and left. All right. So we want to have a little bit more mobility in this movement just to warm you up, keep the blood circulation moving, keep you away from any funny aches and pain and bad posture at the same time. So you can do 5 sets of this, or you can do 8. I leave it up to you, but take your time. Shoulders shrug, roll back, and depress the shoulder blades down. So breathing as you tuck the head down. Breathe out, look up. Just keep the breath moving. Breathe in as you shrug the shoulders upwards. Exhale as you roll them back and depress it down. All right, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in.